Time. There we go. We should be live. I should start to see some of the attendees popping in here any second. Yeah, we got a couple. So we'll get rolling.
Cool.
All right, everybody. Hello and welcome to the Multifamily More Virtual Mastermind. I'm your host, Jamie Gruber, along with my hairy co-host, Mr. Benoit Malige. What's going on, Ben?
I'm not that hairy, but I'm fine.
You're pretty hairy comparatively. I do like that you are you doing this thing now where you start to like make our guests feel comfortable by going with the same do or similar do? Is that what's happening?
I guess you could say so. Yeah.
we got to get like a really long-haired person, like a woman, like Anna Ariama, I'm Kelly back on, or something like that, and see if you bring it.
All right, let's do that.
All right. Well, tonight's guest is I'm going to say it. I think probably the most interesting guest we've had, just from a standpoint of such a renaissance man, a multifaceted individual. It's crazy to think about all that he's done. So our guest, Barrí Griffiths, has been in the WWE as a wrestler at the pinnacle of wrestling. He also now appears on the Cirque du Soleil show Ka at the MGM in Las Vegas, which I've been to. He's a lead archer. From the WWE, you may remember him as Mason Ryan. He's had matches with all of them. You can see pictures of him with guys like John Cena and Kane and all these other guys that were really, really big names in the WWE. So he's one of the fraternity of wrestlers out there. And now, amidst all of that, he decided, why not get into real estate investing? So excited to have you, Barry. Welcome.
Thanks for having me, man. And I don't know if I can live up to that intro, man. That's a lot of pressure you put on me under there.
No, for sure. No
we got
pressure.
One person saying Barry is awesome. Love chatting with him. So guys, look, do me this favor. At the bottom of your chat box, make sure you open it. If you go to the bottom of your screen, you'll see a chat button. Open that up. Drop in where it says to and change it to from panelists to everyone. And just let us know where you're coming in from. Say hi to Barry. Let us know you're out there. Drop some chats in there. And if you have any questions tonight, drop them in there and we will grab them as we go. And we'll make sure Barry answers each and every one of them. So tonight's broadcast is brought to you by the Multifamily More YouTube channel. Check us out, www.youtube.com/multifamily-more. Subscribe. Hit the notification button, like this video and many others that you'll see on there. We appreciate the support and we hope we keep you up to speed with all the content that's out there. So Barry, welcome.
Thanks, man. I think I got band beat. You called me a hairy guest, but I would hate to show you my back right now. So yeah, I don't have to wear Lycra pants and be in a ring in front of 20,000 people anymore. So I kind of let that hairiness go. Before there was a weekly shaving procedure and tanning procedure, but that's gone out the window a while back.
Gave that up too, the performance and the Lycra pants. Yeah, that's me. Yeah. Ben, take us away, brother.
Yeah, no, sure. So really happy to have you on the show, Barry. Like Jamie mentioned, you have a pretty regular, boring story. That's probably why we have you on the show. So why don't you tell us a little bit more about your background and to kind of start things off like that.
Yeah. Well, let me start way back. I'm originally from Wales in the UK, tiny little town. And when I say small town to people here, I don't think they realize how small it is. You say a small town here and they say, oh yeah, I'm from a small town too. Oh, how many people live there? Oh, about 20,000. I'm like, there was 200 people that lived in my town. 200 people. There was a fish and chip shop. There was a post office. There was a small grocery store. There was my dad's business, which was a construction business and undertaking business. And then there was 3 pubs. Yes, 3 pubs. So it tells you a lot about where I grew up, because the pubs were the heartbeat of the town. It was where the community met and everyone goes for a pint. And when my wife went there for the first time, she's like, why is everyone an alcoholic where you live? I was like, no, they just go for a beer every night. It doesn't make you an alcoholic. So anyway, tiny little town. Grew up there, most of my life, kind of knew that I wanted more for some reason. I don't know why. I always remember that I always wanted something different, more. And there's nothing wrong with where I live. I have great friends, great people, beautiful countryside, rolling hillside, but I always knew that I wanted more. And I don't know why, I'm not really too sure why, but I always wanted more from life than that area could offer me, I think, So was soccer mad growing up, played all kinds of sports growing up, but mainly soccer. And I blew out my knee one year. So blew out my knee and then started lifting weights. And, I took to weights pretty well. It was just, always had that dedication and and ability to kind of apply myself to stuff. Started building physique for myself, got a pretty good physique, and I was training 7 days a week, wasn't drinking on the weekends, as hard as that was and as crazy as that was from where I'm from, because everyone drinks, and you don't drink, you're a bit of an oddball. They don't understand it, but I wasn't, and I just loved training and going to the gym and being in shape and stuff. And I was like, I'm spending all this time and dedication creating this physique and doing all this stuff, and I love it. I really enjoy it. So why not try and do something with it? But what can I do with it? I never had an interest in bodybuilding, no interest whatsoever. I admire bodybuilders and I followed it for whatnot, but I never had an interest in doing that. So I was watching TV one day, and I think wrestling came on, and I saw these huge jacked guys, and I was like being athletic, and I was like, wow, okay, maybe I can do that. So I started kind of looking into it and trying to find it. But this was in 2006, around 2006, maybe even slightly before that. The internet wasn't as prevalent. You didn't have access to everyone and information like you have now, right? And it's not like I'm going back that far back, but it wasn't easy to go, hey, I'm going to be a wrestler. Let me Google how to be a wrestler, pull up a wrestling school, or contact people. That wasn't the case, right? There was mobile phones and stuff, but it wasn't that easy. So just through luck, a small wrestling show was coming through my town, my small little town. They were having a wrestling show, but it was nothing like you imagine. It was on a soccer field